So welcome to another episode of Elephant in the Room. We're in a black and white society. We discuss the gray area, and that gray area is the elephant. So I'm Yucatan. I got my boy Dom here with me today. Dom's a multi-hyphenate like myself, but I want to shout out Public House. Definitely go check out Public House, man. They're doing a lot of great things. We got Levi behind the camera today. Um, Anything you want to say to the people, man?
No,
Plug
man.
yourself in, man.
No, man.
Shameless.
Happy to be here.
Shameless.
No, I do a bunch of stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm super hyped to be here. Public House, my guys from Public House. It's love. Appreciate Levi for pulling up and helping out today.
Yep.
And let's talk. Let's chat.
Let's do it. He hates that couch, by the way. So if he's moving around and shit, just ignore it. Let's jump right into it. So for today's episode, the title is Social Media Ruined the Sociability of Society. Just off top, just by the title. How you feel about that? You agree, disagree? You don't know yet?
I think social media is a gift and a curse. There's some
Yeah.
pros, there's some cons.
Definitely. We just gonna flow. Like I said, I got a few things, but the first one, let's talk about communicating on social media and how that's fucked up communicating in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Just how people, like I've met some people who their personality on social media is completely different. And it makes sense if you're a celebrity,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
when you're
yeah.
just a regular motherfucker like me,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like they can't even hold a conversation in real life.
yeah.
Like nothing excites them in real life because social media is not real. You know what I'm saying? So they just like get into real life and just a doorknob, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is weird, man. But how you feel about that?
I think it goes back to like a perfect example of that on social media is like birthdays, right? People will. I'm big on my guys will tell you like I probably call them too much. I'm not a texter. I hate texting because you
Yeah.
can't tell tone, you can't tell emotion. I'd rather call someone, especially on their birthday, and say happy birthday, man.
Right.
Love you, bro. Proud of you. Then and then I'll post something on my Instagram, like a shout out. But I know people that will do the opposite. They won't call you, they won't text you. You'll get a notification on Instagram,
Right.
and that's their way of saying happy birthday.
Yeah.
When in actuality, I think calling someone and like wishing them, happy birthday and breaking bread is probably a better feeling.
Yeah. So I was gonna talk about that too, kind of how it's like it's a wall. Social media is just a wall, right? And how people are so comfortable with not having the real life experiences. Cause I'm more of a person, like I rather just call you. I'd rather we just break bread in person and chop it up and catch up that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, oh, I even had people where I'll be with them and I'm like, yo, what'd you do this past weekend? Oh, you didn't see my story? It's still up.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
look at it.
yeah,
Motherfucker, I'm with you right here. Why don't you just
yeah,
tell me what you
yeah.
did?
That's tough. That's tough. No, I hear you. Social media is good. The good things about social media, obviously, is you. We live in an age of misinformation, right? Unless you're smart, unless you read like a book and really like yearn for like information and you use discretion on certain topics, uh, it's hard to fall into like the social media trap because there's so many parents, moms, dads, grandmas, and even young people that just go on social media and find all their facts from social
Yeah.
media. Like TikTok University is a thing, and
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. I grew up. I'm gonna age myself, but I grew up in an era like I didn't have any of that stuff, and I think it's dope. I think it's dope that young people have access to information, but it also is a trap for misinformation. And so,
Right.
um, that the good about social media is like the awareness, like when it's time to like protest or it's like a topic in the news that's like something that we need to raise awareness on, or there's a story that needs to be talked about. It's good, but then if there's something like what's going on with like the current administration, it's like it's toxic to see that every single day, to
Yeah.
go on there and see Trump every single time you get on social media, whether it's good or bad. You're just like, come on,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So
And while you're on that topic, I want to talk about how we could talk about the good of social media, but this is elephant in the room. So
mhm,
we got to talk about the other parts. But I want to talk about how it keeps people where they're at too.
mhm,
I was just talking to a homie yesterday about this, how this isn't social media, but it's still media. So, I love college football.
mhm,
I like USC. I like Florida State because I always wanted to play at both those schools. So I would watch a Florida State game, and let's say they playing like a local team, or it's one of those weeks where they should win by 50, right?
Mhm,
And I'm watching the game, and you see the local commercials they have, and it's Florida's Republican state.
mhm,
So you see all this stuff about and during the elections, Kamala bashing, um, Republican things, and then I watch a USC game, complete opposite, right?
mhm,
So you see that on social media too, and how that's dangerous. It keeps everyone where they're at now,
mhm.
and it's crazy because we have all this information, but it keeps you where you're at, and the
Yeah.
cookies tracking you. So it's like it knows.
Yeah,
It,
absolutely. The algorithm, right? The
yeah,
more you search, the more you look at, the longer you look at a video, you're gonna see the same thing, and you end up in an echo chamber. Uh, for me personally, like I try to protect my peace. All those people that chirp in the elections, I don't. I used to just mute those people on social media,
yeah,
but now I just unfollow 'em. Like, there's no reason. Like, if our common core beliefs aren't based on humans and like equality for all,
mhm,
I don't think we should be friends. And I think
yeah,
I think most people will be like, "Oh, that's a little harsh." Well, we can coexist. Like, you can be my neighbor, we can work together. But am I gonna go break bread with
yeah.
you? Probably not.
We
So there's
yeah.
no reason for me to like know what's going on in your life and vice versa.
And we already coexist. That's another part too of coexisting. So online, you don't have to coexist, right?
Mhm.
You can stay in that pocket of
Yeah.
whatever you bout. You can have your followers like that. You can follow pages like that. They're gonna send you the algorithm, keep you
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
But in real life, we get outside and it's like someone's a Kamala supporter, someone's a Trump supporter,
Yeah.
someone's neither. All of us are living our lives together. But the
Hmm.
actual politicians, they can actually separate.
Hmm.
They got the money, right?
Yeah.
They separate themselves in real life. They hang out with each other, but we can't do that.
Yeah.
Like we can just go to fucking McDonald's.
Mhm.
It could be all types of different people in there. We never know.
Yeah.
So I think people need to remember that and get outside of all this separation. That's my whole thing. I don't like separation. That's
Yeah.
why I started this podcast too, because I want people to look at the other side. There's people who I don't agree with, who I still follow
Mhm.
because I want to see the other side and what they're
Yeah.
thinking and all that. But there's some, obviously, there's lines drawn. Like you said,
Mhm.
if you're not about just humans, period,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I feel like for me, I'd rather educate myself on that side and on that legislation,
Yeah.
like off of social media. So like then have
And I wouldn't even say educating. I'd say
yeah,
like just seeing what they're discussing,
yeah,
like their thoughts.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I get it. No, I think for me, growing up in the church, but then growing up in the church and then, moving from LA in Long Beach to the IE and then getting to a church that was predominantly white in the IE, like, and then having I'm not even gonna the church that I grew up, the church that I went to when I moved to the IE, the people that are there currently,
Mm.
good people. I still see them around. I still know. Now the churches outside of that in Corona, there's definitely some judgmental. There's some like big. It's a weird thing to grow up, spending the night and having friends, white, black, and other that you grow up with whose parents are like who you thought those parents are like loved you and we're good people. And then you get into adulthood and you still follow people on social media and you see the hate they spew. You're like, man, did they feel this way when I was breaking bread at their house as a kid? Was I like just the little black kid that they were like helping out? You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's kind of different. But social media kind of like opens your eyes to a lot of stuff. But I think you can remain true to your identity if you want to like box yourself in. And I there is some good and bad, and I just think that that's like some in some way protecting your peace. And I just like I'm not dealing with all
Yeah.
the nonsense because I'll be popping my mouth on social media. I don't follow those people, but if I come across those people and they're saying some wild stuff, then
Mm.
I try to use my platform. Um, yeah, like if you are acting up on social media and it's not something that I agree with, and not just because I don't agree with it, but if it's like a thing that affects a lot of people, I'm gonna definitely like air you. I'm not like cancel you, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
put you on my on the gram and let people know what kind of person you are. You know?
Right. Yeah. You ain't afraid for the smoke.
No, no, I want all of that,
Yeah.
all of it.
So let's talk about how people like don't feel the need to disclose things nowadays. So how you said you're older, we're around
Mhm.
the same age,
Yeah,
and we're the generation. I think we're a special generation because we know life without social media,
yeah,
and then we're young enough to where it's involved our lives heavily,
yeah,
right?
bro. I feel like, not to sound arrogant or anything, I feel like I was ready handling business and moving and shaking, bro, before social media popped off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if it would have stopped after MySpace or Facebook, it would have been fine. If they took my Instagram and all that stuff away tomorrow, bro, like I'm still the same person.
Mm.
And I think that social media, people will like build their entire identity around social media.
Right.
They be at home broke, sleeping on a mattress with no sheets, but taking pictures, in their CLA bands
Yeah.
of the steering wheel, trying to flex. It's like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's not happiness. Happiness is like being able to move however you want to move with or without anything and feeling good about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a it's definitely interesting.
It's extremely interesting, man. And people, like you said, there's a lot of people out there faking and bullshitting. People that don't have it be talking trash about people who actually aren't afraid to be like, look, I ain't got it.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
they'll shit on them.
yeah,
And you living the same life or worse life
yeah,
than they are. Like I've never been the type to on my, my social media.
yeah,
I don't post a lot. You know what you
yeah,
know about me.
yeah, yeah,
And that's for a reason. One, I like my privacy,
mhm,
which social media don't give you none of that, right?
yeah. No, it doesn't.
People just people I got off, I just got back on social media and I've been off, I think I was off like 6 months or something like
Yeah,
that. And I was like, when I came back, I noticed the same stuff is everyone just talks shit.
mhm.
Like anything you do, somebody's gonna have a fucking problem.
You know what's worse than that though? The worst thing, like, I wish that that was like 100% true, because yeah, people talk, but more people don't talk because it'll go. Let's get into like the fact that, like, I'll post something on my story.
Mm.
It'll get I'll get between like 2,700 views on my story to like 4,000 views, bro. And I'll get like, but I'll get on the photo. If I post that same photo, I'll get between 250 likes and say 400 likes.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying that everybody is just like looking at it and hating, but there is a large group of people that like look at your stuff or keep
Yeah.
or follow you just to kind of keep tabs, just
Yeah.
kind of see what you on. Like, if you, oh, like, and I'm sure people look at your stuff or Levi's stuff or my or anybody's stuff, and like either they're genuinely happy and they'll like it, or they'll swipe up and say something really dope, or they'll just roll their eyes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, for me, like, when I realized that I was looking at people's stuff and I was like subconsciously like hating, like, oh, this dude, here he go. I just unfollow. I'm like, bro, I don't want to put that in me, like, in my, like, I don't want my soul to put out energy like that. So I just
Right.
like, why am I following this person if I don't really rock with them? You know what I'm saying? And so if I don't follow somebody and after they see this and they're like, well, that's this is what it is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it a band. Like,
Yeah.
it's just we don't have the same interest, bro. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It ain't beef. It's just like, I'm
Yeah.
good. You know?
No, I feel you. I feel you. I was like, I don't even have anything to say after that because I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, it's
I,
like,
I don't disagree. And you know what? That we'll jump back on topic. But that just goes to like you don't have to get along with everybody,
yeah,
which is another reason why I'm doing this podcast to show that how we were talking about coexisting, right?
yeah,
Even that, some people that you may have been cool with, which another thing we aren't taught that I realized getting older that actually I struggle with is that everyone's not meant to be in your life as long as you think they should.
yeah,
And that includes family,
100%.
your own mom, your dad,
Yeah,
your brother,
yeah,
your sister, your wife, your husband,
mm.
whatever that may be. And it's hard because we aren't taught that. We're taught like, nah, your family, whoever close to you is gonna be around forever.
Yeah. I think I've had some people in my life that I thought would never not be in my life, friends and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty good with fam. You know what I mean? I think I got to the point in my life and my family that they know Dom's a little much. Like either I'm an acquired taste. Either you like rock with me, bro, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
do whatever for you, or like I'm just not gonna. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but like there's some people we had some people that work for Public House
Mhm.
that I felt like I showed love to. The love was reciprocated, and they don't work with us anymore. And how it ended, I never thought in a million years that it would end the way it ended, but it did. And it ain't no like love lost. It is what it is.
Mhm.
And the shit keeps going and we keep moving. And in actuality, it became like a blessing, you know what I mean? Because it taught me a lesson. And then it taught me to like really like pour into my current team. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, so this is what I did wrong on this end, and this is what this person did wrong. Who cares about any of that stuff? I'm gonna just invest all my energy, time, love into my dogs.
Right.
And ever since then, it's just been up.
Yeah.
It's been up, and it's love. It's love, and ain't no like. It's just like way more like. Um, it's just way more like organic and real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it
So
is. It is. Because it's tough to get to that point, man. It's tough to get to that point to even accept it.
yeah,
To even accept that
and I
saying
think
like,
in the back to what you said in like the creative space, bro. Social in the creative space, like social media is bad, bro. Like it helps pay the bills, right? It's a gift and a curse. On God in heaven, if I didn't have to have a social media, I would not, And like the public house Instagram, like that, I would like definitely still have that one, right? That's the business page. Leave the project, I would have that one. But like my personal, I don't need a personal Instagram. Like I
yeah.
don't think I'm important enough where people would care enough for me to like, you know what I'm saying?
So
So
I'm a devil's advocate you, and I'm gonna say that social media is important for you.
yeah.
I'll give you one example how we meet.
Oh yeah, social. Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, yeah. That's
Social
true.
media,
That's true.
right? So it's I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying for sure. But for you personally, there's definitely a lot of good in it. Right?
I'm not gonna sit
Yeah.
here and act like it hasn't been a tool for me. In
Right.
2021, like
Yeah.
this is before people were buying all you weirdos buying those check marks. Y'all still weird for that, by the way. Y'all some weirdos. Um, the in 2021,
Yeah.
like when I got this email about getting verified, like I thought it was a joke, and it was real, and I got verified, and it was like, and I was actually excited for like the first 20 minutes, and then I started getting roasted by my friends. Like we'd be at dinner, and my boys be like, "Hey, you get a discount." He verified.
Yeah.
So it turned into like, man, this kind of sucks then.
Yeah. So
But
you just didn't like the attention.
I didn't like the attention. Like
Yeah.
that wasn't my like. I think that in our space, in your space, in my space, that creatives use social media in a very like I think in a negative way in some ways, like because they're so. I mean, I work with so many guys. My guys are super good. My guys don't ever like Joseph. Joseph, dude will take craziest photos. He's not like he doesn't on the way home go post and then tag someone. He's not
Yeah.
like yearning to. He's doing it because he loves he loves photography. He loves art. He's doing it for himself. He's not shooting
Right.
for clout.
Right. And that goes into the next topic I want to hit is how social media has prioritized quantity over quality.
Yeah.
Right. And then we see how I, I applied for a job, a creative job, and the first question, like first, second, and third, one of those, asked me how many followers I had and wanted to know about my engagement.
Yeah.
Literally, the last question was asking about the type of content I could do.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, how fucking ass backwards is that?
It is. Perfect example is me, bro. Like
Yeah.
I don't shoot. Like I don't take a picture. I don't shoot video. Any of that stuff. I got the most followers of anybody on my team. But if someone tried to hire me to go shoot or do any of this stuff, like I'm not gonna know where to start. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I
Yeah.
know about cameras enough to be able to help produce what we do.
Yeah.
And I'm more than the average person. But like again,
Yeah.
to answer your question, like or to make a point, there's no way, bro. They would have hired me because of my followers and because it was
Right.
on my Instagram,
Right.
and I would have got to when it was time to create,
Yeah.
and I would have been like, hey Levi, Christian, hey Joseph, I would have needed my guys because just like my guys need me, I need them too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's crazy when you see people that actually got it. Like I worked at my first job was at a post house.
Mhm.
and the owner of this post house, it was I think still is the biggest post production like VFX in the world.
Mhm.
And the owner drove a Prius, would wear like I swear the same T-shirt and sweats every day, and bro had 800 followers on IG,
Yeah, I'm
and his shit was private too.
yep.
So, but had you not know, you'd be like, oh, he
Yeah,
ain't
but
shit.
black creatives and creatives of color can't do that. Like that's super dope, and I wish that I could like have 800 followers, and I wish that I could drive a Prius and like wear sweats and stuff. But as a black man, if I
Mhm.
pulled up to a set or I was going to lunch to break bread with a potential client, and I pulled up in sweats and a hoodie in a
Yeah,
Prius, they're gonna think way less of me.
that's true.
Like, and we as black men have to
Yeah,
work 10 times harder. We have to like carry ourselves in such a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because these brands, I mean, these brands will work with these little white kids or these dudes that like it's just clout. They're just, hey, this kid has a 500,000 followers, zero talent, no
yeah,
talent, just has a bunch of followers. Let's work with this kid, because he's because he's popular. So
yeah,
um, it is what it is, though, man.
yeah. It's true, and I already see some people in the comments, or probably won't even comment, just thinking like, oh, here we go again, black man thinking that. And a big reason of this podcast is too is just people need to get outside themselves and understand that that's just true.
Yeah, and
Whatever.
if I'm gonna be straight up with the camera. If you guys are watching this and you are thinking that we're making excuses as black men, and you guys are like, "Oh, black men crying about it and complaining about it again," and all that stuff, man, fuck you. Like straight out, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like you don't live one day in Yucatan shoes or our shoes or just in general.
Right.
We're not trying to say woe is me, but like at the end of the day, if you can't accept the fact that people like us are treated differently,
Yeah.
even in the smallest way, especially black women. Black women are the most marginalized group in the entire world. If you can't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. For me, it goes black women and anyone that wears a hijab. Those are my
Yeah.
top two women, right? Or people,
Yeah.
and then black men. And if people can't understand that, I don't know what else. I don't
Man,
know what
and
else to
look,
say.
and even after all that, on that
Sorry,
list,
mom. Sorry, mom. By the way.
we're all below dogs. It's fucking sad. We're all
Yeah.
below dogs in this country, but that's a whole nother episode, bro. Because I know we
Yeah.
can go off about that shit.
Yeah.
Um, I want to talk about the correlation between social media and accountability now, and how somehow social media has stripped accountability away for where people feel. And this is something that like pisses me off a lot, bro, because people just, I don't know, they just feel they don't have to be real,
Mhm.
because obviously in real life you got to be real, but in social media you
Yeah.
can be whoever the fuck you want to be,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and you can bullshit and you can lie
Yeah.
with a filter, you can lie with your words, you can lie with how you said earlier,
Yeah.
you sleeping on a fucking cardboard box next to a rat, but you driving a Mercedes. I want to show you a video, or just listen to it, and I want to discuss this because I saw this shit and I was like, this really pissed me off, bro.
I'm HIV positive, right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me. I find it so crazy how people are telling me that I need to disclose before I go on a date, that I need to disclose before I kiss somebody. This is the craziest one. Before I even
Wow.
tell them my name. It's not happening. I don't think that it's my responsibility to tell someone that I'm HIV positive
That
if
part.
they are treating me as if I'm not. Your health is your responsibility. Adopt the mindset of medical practitioners. Assume that everyone has something until they prove to you that they do not.
All right, she goes off for like a minute and a half, but
Yeah.
the shit that pissed me off is how she's like, it's not my responsibility to disclose these types of things.
Mhm.
Now, she's talking about an STD, but we can, that's an umbrella. Like, there's a lot of stuff that people feel they don't have to say shit to anyone anymore.
Mhm.
And one is no one wants to be shamed anymore.
Yeah.
But that type of shit, I'm like, it's fucking. disgusting that you think you could just one. Why would you put this on social media, right?
Yeah.
And you put it on social media because you can just filter out the comments you don't like or the
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
that don't tell you the fucking truth,
Mhm.
right? But if it was this podcast, you're gonna be sitting right there on that couch, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. You can't
Yeah. And
fucking run away.
I think the gift and the curse with that clip is the gift is at least you put it out. So now we as men or women or whoever
Yeah.
know that there are people like that, both men and women like that probably.
Right.
And so that's good. Now that makes us think like, whoa. And I think that should be a crime, personally. Like I think that you are essentially
Straight up.
like that should be a crime. There should be a law
Should
against
be.
that. And if you don't disclose that, then that's crazy. When I think about that's actually just pretty
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like
It
that
is.
blows my mind. But when I think about like accountability on social media, like I think about the keyboard warriors or the people that like do all of that talking on social media. And I've actually had people swipe up on me, friends and family, like, hey Dom, like, you be talking. They're like, the difference is between me and someone else is if I put it on believe it or not, I think about what I post before I post it. And if I post something that's borderline controversial or I at someone, I'm prepared for whatever is going to come from that. And I'm
Prepare for the
consequent,
shit.
and I
That's
stand on
another
it.
combo. Yeah.
If I say something and in 2 weeks I'm in LA or I'm in Long Beach or San Diego and someone walks to me and punches me in the face, I deserve every bit of that. And
Of course.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like the problem is that there's a large group of people that don't understand that concept. That what you say on social media, like, hey, listen, that's fine and dandy. Like when it's said, like that's fine. But whatever those consequences are after that, you gotta live with that. So a
And
lot
that
of
too.
people, a
Yeah.
lot of people pop it on social media, and a perfect example is like the Stephen A. LeBron thing. Stephen A. gets on, uses his platform, talks about LeBron. No matter how you feel about the situation, the fact of the matter is, I like the fact that LeBron didn't go on social media. He didn't text me. He didn't say. He said, "Keep that same energy." He didn't say that, but
Yeah.
he kept that energy in person, and I think that I think we need to lean more towards that. I'm not saying that confrontation or violence is the answer, but I'm saying like if we thought that there's an opportunity that we're gonna slapped or swung on if we say something crazy, then I think we would think twice about what we say and how we act on social media.
You would.
So
Yeah, but a lot, like I said, a lot of people can just hide behind their page. You can just turn it off. You can just block someone.
yeah,
You can do whatever. So then you get into the real world, and people are shocked. You see videos all the time of fucking Karens and shit. Like they
bro,
do stupid shit, then they shock like, oh, I can't believe this person hit me. I can't believe
yeah,
they cussed me out.
yeah,
What the fuck do you think? This ain't the internet. You do that to actual people in real life, you got to deal with the consequences.
yeah,
But on the internet, you don't have to deal with consequences because you could just block all that shit out.
yeah. No, I think that I think that there's a time and a place for that kind of energy, and I think that it's not for the internet. If you have an issue with someone, then and you post something, then
That too.
like you just never know, man. Like people get killed behind ats. But you at somebody,
Mhm.
and there's all these internet rap beefs and all these beefs you see,
Over
bro.
stupid
People
shit.
people
On
get
live, bro.
online. People get killed for some of this stuff. So it's pride. You know, a lot of it has to do with pride, but at the same time, man, like even in like our space, like even with like creatives and stuff, there's like little, these guys take these subtle shots at other creatives or like,
Mhm.
I don't like his style. Bro, like I'm 40, bro. I'm not about to sit here and argue or have to decipher through the shade of a 22-year-old kid who still lives with his parents. Like, yeah, bro, you're nice on the camera. You still at home with mom and dad, bro. Get your money up, bro, before
Yeah.
you start talking to a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm not about to even go back and forth with somebody like that on the internet.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact, man. And I don't know how many people I've seen, like you said, just lose their lives, get into shit, lose their jobs, lose their relationship. I see people who post shit online, even relationship, let's say relationship. They post shit online about their partner, and I'm like, why would you share
Yeah,
that?
because there's always that dude in the background waiting, shorty. Like you
But
just posted
yeah,
that you're not happy. There's always like
always
5 or 6 dudes waiting for that. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Or
Blood
even
no
if it
water.
ain't that, is even if it's just like people don't. I think people on social media think everyone has their best interest,
Yeah, that's true.
which is not true.
No, no,
Because
I.
they thinking most of the time they thinking I'm gonna give advice to this person
Mhm.
of what I would do,
Yeah,
not how Dom will handle it.
yeah, and
But
that's like, and the couple stuff on the internet is crazy. Like, I'm so glad
it's
that I married
crazy.
like a grown ass woman
Yeah.
who doesn't like. My wife doesn't even like. She hasn't posted anything in forever. She doesn't care about social media, and I love that about her. She's not, you know, I think she has like 3,000 followers. She's not all like, a million followers. I don't need that, bro. I don't need all that energy. Not saying that I wouldn't date somebody that had a bunch of followers.
Mm.
It's just not my thing. I actually would rather date someone that like didn't care about social media as much. You know?
Yeah, we're that generation that started without this shit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean as much to us
No, I don't.
unless we were the type of people where like I built my career or life off
And
of
I
social
think I
media.
think more people care about, like, one of the things that I talk about with my public house guys is that I want to shoot and work with people that are so prominent that we don't need to tag them, bro. Like, you know who that is. If that's Michael Jordan, we got to post him. We don't have to tag Michael Jordan.
Mm.
If that's if it's Beyonce, like,
Yeah.
everybody knows that's Beyonce.
Man, I think just with social media, we just need to get to a point where we just need to start being more real for one.
Yeah.
Um, everything doesn't need to be posted online,
Nah,
but
100%.
we need to start being more real and then start being more accepting
You
of
know what?
shit.
You know what the sad thing is that a lot of people are so focused on posting where they're at, who they're shooting, what they're doing. Like they don't post no family. They don't post, like, so if I pass away tomorrow
Mhm.
and you want to look at my Instagram, you want to see like, hey, what was Dom like? Well, Dom talked a lot of shit, but you're not gonna see that on my
Yeah.
on my feed. You're gonna see that on my story.
Yeah.
But you're gonna see, if you looked at my feed, you're gonna look at like, hey, he has pictures of his family, where he's been. He has his guys on his page. He has like people he admired. You're gonna know a little. You can kind of look into me. There's people that
Right.
don't even post a picture of themselves on there. I know this, like,
Shit, that's me.
but I mean, it's like you don't have to, but like, I think about that, being that I'm, that when I turned 40, I was like, I need to move intentionally and think about when I'm not here. And I'm
Mhm.
not trying to focus on like legacy and be corny and be like, well, what's my legacy? No, I just want to, like, you never know, bro. If you're gonna make it home on that drive home, anything can happen. So I try to like make sure that my last post is something positive. I try to make, like, I think about that every day, man. And so
Yeah. See, for me, like I truly don't give a fuck.
yeah,
So I'm like, I'm gonna post
whatever you
whatever
want.
I
Yeah,
want.
yep,
But I'm very private, so a lot of my shit is, you're gonna see me hiking.
yeah, yeah.
You'll see me doing something creative, trying something new, DJing, whatever it may be. But other than that, I just personally don't like it being my life, and I see how it is, and I like the human
Yeah.
aspect of things, as in actually going to talk to people and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't like my shit all out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like it out there. Even doing this show, I don't like being in front of the camera, really.
Same,
Right?
same.
But I was like, I have some important conversations that need to be said
Mm.
that I have with people all the time, but I don't hear them being said out loud.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna be the motherfucker to do it.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I think that people will watch this for two reasons, right? They'll watch this because they respect you and care about you and want to support you. And then, unfortunately, bro, and same with me, they'll watch it. Oh, I respect Dom. I care about Dom. I want to
Yeah.
support whatever Dom's on.
Or they hate us.
Or it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, bro, if we start to focus on like not caring about that other side, like truly not caring. A lot of people say, I don't care what people think. They
Right.
do. We all, even if it's a little bit, we all care a little bit, right? So
Right.
if we just focus on like not caring about that stuff, bro, because there's always gonna be that, like, the my like arch nemesis is the it must be nice. It must be nice niggas like drive me crazy. Cause I'll get a new
Yeah.
car or I'll go on vacation or do something, and it'd be one of those it must be nice ass niggas that'll be like, swipe up, oh, it must be nice. Bro, I put in 10,000 hours, bro.
Right.
I done grinded with my guys. We done worked on 15 hours, no sleep. We
Yeah.
done been broke. Like, this space is feast or famine, bro. Like, you know
It
what I'm saying?
is.
So
It is. And I'll say this, because I had a homie that I was cool with, man. And you know me, I post on social media, like either I'm posting some funny shit or I'm posting like some real controversial shit.
Yeah.
Shit like the show I'm doing.
yeah,
And out of the blue, man, one time he's just like, you need to shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Out of the blue. We ain't
That's
never
crazy.
had no beef before. We ain't nothing, none of
Drop the low. Drop the low.
that.
Drop the
And
location.
I was like, okay, one, who the fuck you talking to? But
Yeah,
where's this coming from? Like,
yeah,
where's
yeah,
this
yeah,
really coming from? Because we ain't never had this before, bro.
yeah.
So what's up? And I've known him since high school. Um, and yeah, he's just like a secret hater. Like, just didn't like the shit I was saying, always saying I was bullshit. And even people were commenting like, that nigga just mad because you be telling the truth. He's
Yeah.
just mad at that. But that's why I did this show, and I want to say this. It's not even about like, for me personally, I'm not gonna sit here and say like I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Yeah.
But I did this show because I don't give a fuck. Actually, no, I'll say I want to understand why you think that.
Yeah.
And
So,
that's why I do this show. So anybody watching this shit and you secretly follow me and you fucking hate me and you think I be bullshitting, we shoot this at my apartment.
mhm.
I will invite your ass over here to my fucking couch and we can talk about this shit. Straight up. If you think I bullshit, you think I don't know what the fuck I be talking about, I'm inviting you to come have a conversation. Because I'm not running from none of that.
Yeah,
That's so pointless.
and I think that that's a genuine way to like look at just life, bro. Like
Yeah.
I personally, I done when I like when my team or like friends when we start talking about stuff in the space, like sometimes I'll entertain it and
Yeah.
I'll get even more petty than my team, or I'll be hot, right?
Right.
But my stuff's based on based off on respect. It's not. I don't care who's doing this. It's just more respect thing. Like everybody on my team knows that like if we all talk, our love language on my team is trash talk. We talk so much trash to each other, bro.
Yeah.
But if someone else outside of our team talk trash,
Right.
it's up, bro. It's
Right.
up. So I feel like in terms of accountability on social media, to go back to accountability, to go back to like clout, to go back to all those things, I think we as humans need to understand that, like, bro, like when we go by ourselves. That's it, bro. When the dirt's thrown on us, we by ourselves. You know what I mean? So it really is. I know it sounds cliche, but it really is about like how you make people feel. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being a cool guy, like I think my team in general, we try to be funny. We
Yeah.
try to be funny because that cool guy shit is for the birds. Like life already be lifing, bro. Why are we gonna make it harder by trying to be
Exactly.
cool, bro? Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Let's be fun and joke around. And then also too, for me personally, like I want to make people laugh. I want to joke around. I want to because like the old Dom wasn't like that, you know. And I'm trying. It's
Yeah.
my way to like. It's my way to like. It's a therapeutic
Yeah.
like journey to get to like the laughter part
Right.
because if we wasn't laughing, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like what we doing? If
doing?
we ain't laughing, like what we on?
I think everyone in this world, man, just wants to be happy.
Yep.
And that's the human experience. Like we weren't put on this earth to fucking work. We weren't put on this earth to make money. That's a human invention.
Yeah.
Like we weren't even meant to see as much as we see.
Yep.
We're just smart and like invented planes. So now we
Yeah.
traveling. Like we were meant to be in the communities we born at and
Yeah.
stay there, right? And we weren't meant to see it all. That's why social media and media, we seeing a lot, we seeing too much, and it's fucking with us. But like you said, that's the whole point of me doing this is that just like any human,
Mhm.
sometimes I get turned up and I'll get petty too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the core, that's not what I want. I want us all we don't have to be tight. We ain't even got to be cool. We
Yeah.
don't even have to like each other, but we need to coexist and just
Absolutely.
understand like you can move and I can move
hmm
and we don't have to fucking crash out on each other.
How I met you is my boy hit me up and he knows that I try to use my platform like for
Yeah.
positive, for something good.
Right.
Like, and he was like, "Hey, this is my boy. He's going through a lot of stuff. Like, I know you're in doing stuff in local politics. I know you're like, is there anything you can do to help him? You know what I mean?" And so I was like, "Let me see what I can do. Let me hit him up." And so I reached out and I made a couple calls. You know, I did what I can and I didn't even know you. And I think
Yeah.
that's the difference between like,
And that's why I fuck with you, dude. Yeah.
I mean, that's what's important, bro. Like,
You just willing to help, and from my side, you were just willing to help me. And before you even DM me, or maybe I don't remember how, but
Mhm.
before we even talked for the first time, you had already made these calls and stuff.
yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's how it should be, just a community. And when I was going through that situation, that's what got her arrested.
Yeah.
That's what got things better was the community. Cops didn't do shit for me.
Mhm.
Property management didn't do shit for me. Um, and if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, that's a whole nother thing. Find the video on my page of the racist neighbor. Y'all see what I'm talking about. But that right there, I'm all about community. And that right there was so big for me because I had so many people hit me
Mhm.
up, reaching out. What do you need me to do? Can I call? Can I email? You need me to pull up?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? And people I didn't even know.
Yeah, no, that's love. That's how it's supposed to be, bro.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be. If it like I always tell people in my circle, if someone asks you for something and it's only a phone call, if it's only a phone call, do it.
If it's gonna cost you nothing
Nothing.
or
If it's
like
gonna
5 seconds of your
Yeah.
time,
Now, if someone says, "Can I take you? Can you take me to the airport?" Then, like, obviously that their problem
right,
becomes your problem, and now that's more problems on your plate.
right,
And so that's a decision you have to make, based on who that person is, or if you have time.
right.
But if it's a phone call, you don't have to leave your couch, or you know what I mean, or it's a text message, and it is what it is. And as we get older, I think as men and women, I think that we should build this network of like, I think the more people, I know a guy, like
Hmm.
as you get older, you should. I know a bunch of guys. You call me for anything, bro. I need a plumber. I need
Yeah,
a graphic designer. I need a mechanic, bro. Over my life, I've built up like through
right.
relationships.
That's facts. That's facts, man. And that's another big thing of social media, man. Is just social media has definitely taken away community.
Yeah.
But well, both sides.
Hmm.
It has community. That's how we met.
Yeah.
But I s- I guess the other side is louder. Uh,
Yeah.
People are more about trying to crush someone's relationship or get someone fired over something little. Like
Yeah.
there's just no compassion anymore.
On Instagram and on social media, I think people are so focused on building new relationships instead of watering their current relationships, right? Watering those plants that they've. And I'm all
Mhm.
about like my day ones, bro. Like I'm gonna, like I know it's cliche, but I got, I know I've seen it on Instagram, on social media. I got homies that are senators or politicians or business owners and doctors and lawyers. I got homies that are felons, bro,
Yeah, right.
like, and everything in between. You know
Right.
what I mean? And so, and I water all those plants, bro.
Yeah.
Like I water,
But that's real life. But
yeah,
even people in society and social media separate that shit now. It's
yeah,
like you could if you went I'll just use you as an example.
mm,
This hasn't happened. But let's say you were hanging out with the doctors and the lawyers
mm,
and whatever,
yeah,
and then they found out you ran with some felons
yeah,
too.
yeah,
But those felons are whatever it may
yeah,
be.
yeah,
Felony can be some bullshit.
yeah,
You really don't know. But it's like, yeah, you can get ran up out that circle
yeah,
just because they thinking whatever they think. Maybe they saw something online or through the media and they like, oh fuck, well, now Dom's too much of a risk. You the same dude,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but now you too much of a risk, which is crazy to me.
No, I think that makes a person more valuable, in my opinion. I think a person that can code switch, a person that understands the nuances and the dynamics of multiple different cultures and multiple
Yeah,
different, communities, types of people. I think
right.
that makes a person extremely valuable. And if someone thinks that's a threat, I think that actually is rooted in prejudice, and like I think that's rooted in like some racism. Like just because I
Mm,
got a homie, like if you see me, if you know I'm a city commissioner
mhm,
and you see me at a restaurant and I'm with a dude that got tats on his face, with that, like, so what? Like
right.
that should not take away from the work that I put in, the dedication to the community. That shouldn't take away any of that stuff. I think I'm happy, bro. I'm happy where I'm at. And I think that social media has helped me personally,
Right,
big time in a lot of ways.
right.
But I think that social media definitely have hurt me because I'm sure there's some people that have been like Team Dom,
Mhm,
and then seen that post on me supporting Palestine, seen that post on me supporting Black Lives Matter,
mhm,
seen that post on me saying that a woman should choose to do what she wants with her body,
mhm.
and like and not and feel a certain type of way about it. And to them, like, listen,
Yeah,
bro, I'm trying to
yeah.
be celebrated and not tolerated, just like you. You know what I'm saying?
And they do that without the conversation.
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
they see anybody, me too. They see you, me, whoever
Yeah.
post stuff, and people assume, and then they just run off with it of what
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that means to that person, and
Yep.
then there's no conversation, which is why I'm doing this because we're gonna have a lot of hard conversations on the show, right?
Yeah.
And I told you some of the titles. Also, too, I think you like me understand that we're not going to please 100% of everybody.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I
100%.
understand people aren't gonna like me. I understand me doing this show. Some people that follow me now
Yeah.
are gonna drop me or have already dropped me.
No, and
But,
I think
but
that.
I don't care the goal.
But that's good, bro. It's good that you have that thought process because listen, bro, the people that are gonna drop you, bro, that's not your that's not your tribe in the first place.
Right. This was a good episode, man. I think we could wrap it up
Yes.
here. I just want to give a shout out again. Dom, appreciate you coming
Appreciate
through,
you having
man.
me, bro.
My boy Levi holding it down.
Leviticus. Levi Holloway Films. Follow Levi Holloway Films.
Public House. All y'all was good, man. Appreciate y'all. Hoping we can get something popping in the future.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Camera. By the end of this year, we gonna have some crazy shit going.
Yeah, let's do it. Shout out to my guys at Public House Creatives, at CG Production. That's my dog. The best kept secret. The Mexican kid from TJ. Man, that's my guy. Meek. My bald friend Meek from San Diego, a real shooter. Big Mike, aka Hips Ahoy. It's all love, big dog. Man, it's all love. Levi, Joseph, love y'all.
Yes, sir. So I usually end with a quote. I don't have a quote today. I don't know. I think a saying's still a quote, right?
Let me see.
I just want to say, I'll just end with this. The whole point of this episode today was that we need to just be more real on social media. We need to get off social media, start connecting with people in real life. And when you connect with people in real life, then you're going to have more understanding of other cultures outside of yourself, right? Other types of people outside of yourself. You're going to have more experiences. I was blessed to be born in the Philippines. My dad was in the Navy. And then I came here and I lived in areas, poor, rich, white, black, Cambodian, like just everything, right? I got homies of every race. And because of that, I feel like I'm very, very blessed because a lot of people just stay in their pocket.
Yeah.
And when you stay in your pocket, you stay ignorant. And that used to just be in real life. But now with social media, you can stay even more in your pocket. And you staying in your pocket with people on the whole other side of the world now, right?
Yeah.
You like, oh, they thinking the same thing I'm thinking in Japan, in Germany. Nah, you just looking at a small percentage because social media is just showing you the shit you like.
Facts.
So
Facts.
Everybody just needs to get the fuck off of social media, go have some real life experiences, and I think we'll have a
And then if I could share one quote, or not a quote, but a saying, the hood has never lacked talent. It's only lacked resources. Be a resource. Help people. Simple as that.
That's true. Appreciate you, bro.
Yep.
All right.
Well, let's do it. Joseph's
Peace.
hungry.